he himself recited this Srimad Bhagavatam again to the sages in Naimisharanya, uh, who were led by Shaunak Rishi. Right? So here, Sutta Goswami, who heard the Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadev Goswami, recited it to Shaunak Rishi. So we are listening to this pastimes of Lord Krishna and his devotees. And these pastimes of Lord Krishna and his devotees, they're going to purify our thoughts, purify our existence, and it will give us, uh, it will lead us to a proper path. That Lord Krishna spoke to me and he said that, what did he say? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Vedaham Manasipti Samtitam Vedaham Manasipti Sitam Te. So what is Lord Krishna is saying? Veda aham antaha manasi ipsitam te. Which means Lord Krishna says that I know everything which is in your mind. Veda means knowledge, aham means I, antara. Antaha means within, and mana means mind. So Lord Krishna is saying to Vidurji that I know what is in your mind. What are you desiring? Lord Krishna is there, Antaryami. Lord Krishna is also called as Antaryami, Paramatma. You know that, right? Antaryami means one who is in your Antar. Antar means heart. So Lord Krishna is situated within all our heart. And he knows what are our desires. What do you want? You never, it's like, the security camera. There are security cameras everywhere. And then the cameras know what we are doing, right? Because they're monitoring you. Similarly, Lord Krishna, he is saying to Vidur that I am there within the heart of everyone, including you. You means Vidur, to Uddhava, sorry. Lord Krishna is telling to Uddhava that Vedaham antar manasiptitam te. I am within your heart and I know what you desire. Right? So we never have to ask to Krishna anything. Krishna knows what we want. So Lord Krishna further says to Vidur that you particularly desire to achieve my association. Huh? Some people, they want material things from Lord. Like people want money, people want house, people want job, people want wife or something like that. But devotees, they don't want any material from Krishna. They want Krishna himself. You see, this is the thing that if you meet a millionaire, say you meet a millionaire like say from India, Tata, Ratan Tata, right? So if you ask him some money, then it's not enough. He will give you some money, but if you make friendship with him and if you become his close associate, then you don't have to worry about. Then anytime you need help, he will help you. Right? Similarly, the devotees don't want material things from Krishna, but they want Krishna himself. So that is why um, Lord Krishna knew that Uddhava didn't want any material things. He wanted Krishna's association. So Lord Krishna said, I know that you want my association. Hare Krishna. But it is very difficult to achieve. It is very difficult to achieve Lord Krishna's association. But Lord Krishna is telling to Uddhavji that I will give you my association. Why? Because you are my pure devotee. Uddhava was devotee of Lord Krishna from the childhood. So right when he was young, very young, like 5 years old, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He was always wanted to be with Krishna. So Lord Krishna says that my association is very difficult to achieve. भगवान की भक्ति इतना इजी नहीं है, उसमें भी भक्ति करने के बाद भगवान का एसोसिएशन मिलना, भगवान का साथ मिलना, भगवान के ब्लेसिंग मिलना, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. but I award it to you because you are my pure devotee. Now, Uddhavji was pure devotee because he was always remembering Krishna. There was not a single moment of his life when Uddhava didn't remember Krishna. Constant remembrance. Satatam kirtayantam mam yatantasya dradavrata. So you can remember Krishna in variety of ways. Some people they remember every Sunday. Some people remember every year on the Diwali day. Some people remember when they need him. So they will remember him when there is a problem, there's a very serious issue in the family. They will come to the temple and they will remember Krishna. But there are devotees of Lord who will remember him every second of the time. Why? Why should we remember Krishna every second of the time? Why should you remember? Well, you drink water, you take the water which is offered to Krishna, then you can remember Krishna. If you do any activities, offer it to Krishna. If you see sun, you can remember Krishna. Krishna says that Prabhasmi Sasi Shuryaha. I am the light of the sun and the moon. So when you see the light of the sun and moon, you can remember Krishna. So Uddhavji was greatly dedicated devotee of Lord. So he was constantly remembering Krishna. Satatam kirtayantamam. So constant remembrance of Uddhava resulted in him associating with Lord. Everybody gets children. What next? Then everybody dies. No matter what, whether you have a small house or big house, everybody has to vacate the house. Is that correct? Or no? What you have done in this life, if you have earned a good money, you will get a good balance. If you have earned no money, no balance. Similarly, when you give up this body, जब आप शरीर छोड़ेंगे, कभी भी छोड़ना पड़ सकता है ना? शरीर कभी छोड़ेंगे? अभी भी छोड़ना पड़ सकता है. You don't have any contract that you are staying in this house for 20 years. ऐसा किसी के पास कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं, ये लाइफ लाइन में है कुछ लिखा हुआ, बट वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. सो वी हैव टू बी रेडी विथ सम सेविंग, है ना? थोड़े पैसे साइड में रखने पड़ेंगे. बाय विदुर जी से विदुरुवाच हरे कृष्ण. सुखय कर्माणि करोति लोको नाते सुखम वन्यद परम वा विन्देत भूयस्तत एव दुःखम यदत्र युक्तं भगवान वदेन नः. So Vidurji is saying that he is asking a question. Dharma. Sukhaya means sukh. People are working very hard for what? Happiness. Sukha. Right? Everybody is working hard for happiness. Nate sukham vanyad uparam te. But one finds no sukha. Everybody is looking for happiness, but people are not finding this happiness. On contrary, is asking, how should one live so that, oh, I lost my necklace. So king said, no worries, I will make another necklace for you. Queen, go and find. So king also went to find the necklace. All of a sudden, when king was going around, at the end of the village, at the end of the kingdom, he found that there was a dirty pond where all filthy material was there. It was smelling very bad. So king noticed that in the middle of that pond, there was a necklace. But then when he saw that, when he reached near, the necklace all of a sudden disappeared. And then after a while, he found again the same spot, and again the necklace, he went close by and necklace disappeared. So there was one sadhu, he was very knowledgeable. He saw the king jumping into this dirty water again and again to find the necklace. So he asked the king that, hey king, what are you doing? It, but all of a sudden it disappears. So sadhu says, yes, of course it's going to disappear. Why? Because the necklace was hanging on the top of the tree by the lake, and you were on the top of the tree. You understand? So what is the conclusion of the story? So we all are looking for something in the dirty water, but it does not lie there. Real happiness is with Krishna Katha. Real happiness is with hearing pastimes of Krishna. But we are trying to find the same happiness by hearing through the news or movies or something like that. Real happiness is in taking Krishna Prasad, but we are trying to find happiness by eating the food outside. Real happiness is in reading Krishna literature, but we are trying to find happiness by reading the newspaper or something like that. So in this way, more we try to find happiness in the dirt, more unhappy we will be. So Vidurji is asking that how does Lord Krishna accept different incarnations? Actually, Maitreya Rishi was very knowledgeable, and Vidurji wanted to know more about Lord Krishna from Maitreya. But he first asked the question for overall well-being of everybody. And then he said, please tell me about Lord Krishna, how Lord Krishna appeared, how the cosmic manifestation is perfectly arranged. No? So he said that this whole universe, everything is so nicely arranged. So how does all these things are happening? How all the universe is created? How it is maintained? Who looks after everything? And how did everything begin first of all? So when all the living, what sort of questions you have some morning to evening? Do you have any questions? Yeah? No questions since morning to evening? Prachi Ben, do you ever ask yourself a question? Ah. So your yesterday's questions and today's questions same or different? New questions. Huh? What is the current question you have in your life? Next day, tomorrow, kal kya ho jayega? What is your question? Where will I get my residency? What is your next question? When Shivans are very limited, either me or mine, we never think about others. Huh? Have you ever thought any time like you get up in the morning and then say, okay, how many people will get food today? No. How will I get food today? Okay, yes, I thought about it. How everyone can become happy. That is the saintly quality. Saints always think about others, and we common man, we think about ourselves, right? So please tell about Lord Krishna's pastimes. Now, here, the purpose of all the Vedas, even the purpose of Mahabharata, and you have to remove that bad habit. What do you have to do? You have to very nice. Replace it with something better. So if you are, there are some replacement medications also available in medicine. Like smokers, they cannot give up the smoking. Then they have a supplementation that is called as higher test. Similarly, if you really want to remove the inauspicious things in your life, then you have to bring auspicious things in your life. Understand? अगर आपको आपके जीवन से कुछ खराब चीज निकालनी, read and develop habit of reading Srimad Bhagavatam or reading Krishna Katha, then all the wrong things will disappear. Beginning of the creation. Then what was there? So Maitreya Rishi is saying, Bhagavan eka asha idam agre. So before anything else was created, there was only one person who existed, and that was Eka. Here it says that Lord, who is the owner of everything, he had his energies. Some of his energies were supta. So Lord Krishna revived external energy. Bhagwan ने अपनी बहिरंग शक्ति को revive किया. This energy is there, but what the energy will work with? So Lord Krishna first created the time, then the jiva, then the gunas, right? And then he created the best of the best gunas, which is the pure goodness, sattva guna, which is called as mahat tattva. So all the tattva, which is sattva guna. So everything first is sattva guna, then is rajo guna, and then ultimately, then Lord Krishna says here it is one day baby, no ahankar. Then slowly and slowly as the baby grows, then when baby becomes like 6 months old, then baby learns what is mine and yours. You understand? The baby can identify who is her mother or his mother and who is not his mother. This is mine and this is yours. That automatically comes actually. You know, small baby also, if you give them chocolate and then you want to take it back, you know, no, this is my chocolate. Is that right? You don't have to teach them because this is naturally created. Ahankar is natural. Everybody has ahankar. Nobody can say, I do not have ahankar because that is natural. It comes because this is part of the creation. भगवान ने जब बनाया उसमें अहंकार भी बना दिया. हाँ, तो पहले भगवान ने समय बनाया, जीव बनाए, 3 गुण बनाए, पहले सत्व गुण बनाया, फिर रजो और फिर तमोगुण भी बनाया. और उसके साथ साथ फिर भगवान ने क्या बनाया? Then what he made? So it is mentioned here, ahankar with goodness, अहंकार विथ पैशन एंड अहंकार विथ ignorance. So इसमें 3 प्रकार की शक्तियां बनाई for good cause. For example, like somebody says, oh, I'm doing so good for others, I'm helping so many people. So that's sort of a ahankar that I am doing it, but it is for good cause. You understand? Like you give a donation to someone and says, put my name in the hospital, that so and so donated this hospital. So there is a ahankar, but it's a good ahankar that oh, he is helping others. Then there is another ahankar which is called as passion. That every ahankar has a shakti. So gnana shakti. Gnana shakti means that okay, I am giving something to you. If you have a leg, but some ahankar for good, some gnana shakti, which means false ego, smell. So total creation Lord Krishna made was jivas, kala, material nature, mahattattva, ahankar, mind and demigods, 10 senses, intelligence and prana, and 5 natural elements and 5 tantras. So mantras. So here Lord created 23 different elements. So then when everything was created, then all the Devi Devtas who were made in charge of different things, they said that everything is created, but we don't know where does what falls into. Because everything was random. Krishna never wanted this material energy to be awakened, then there was no need of creating all this. So Lord Krishna wanted to enjoy with the material energy. So he said, okay, material energy, you also get awakened. And now I'm going to spend some time with you. He said, I want to be with you also. So that's why he awakened his external energy, which is material energy. And then he expanded himself. To be with material energy, he had to be expanded. So he expanded himself as a Karnodakshayi Vishnu, and then he created all these different elements: Samay, Jiva, Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna. Bhagwan ne like here, you can see that mouth, Agni Devta is in charge. Huh? Then palate, Varun Devta is in charge. Then nostrils, Ashwini Kumaras are in charge. Then eyes, Surya Devta is in charge of eyes. Then skin, wind or Anil Devta. Then uh, ears, Dik Devtas. Then genitals, Prajapati is in charge. Devta. Then intelligence, Brahmaji is in charge of. And heart, Moon Devta. Ego, Rudra Devta. Like that. So you can see that all these Devi Devtas also they are controlling our different parts actually. So अगर आप हमारा शास्त्र देखेंगे तो it is very systematic and the necessities are supplied by all these Devi Devtas to us. So and then Lord also created along with that uh, different planetary systems like heavenly planets were created, then earthly planet was created, sky was created by Lord, and then Lord also developed four varnashram system: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Huh? All were created by Lord in this way. So in this way, you can see that Srimad Bhagavatam explains about the creation, that how creation existed, everything, how it came into form. So this is just a brief summary. I could do it in 45 minutes, but if you really want, you can read it in detail. Actually, Srimad Bhagavatam, and it explains every aspect of creation in detail, like how Sattva Guna is created, how Rajo Guna is created, Tamo Guna is created, how all the Devi Devtas have been given different responsibilities. Also, the digestion is done through the power of Agni Devta. Actually, there is a fire in your belly. Because hydrochloric acid, which is secreted in our stomach, is a fire actually. It creates a sort of a fire in your belly, and that is given to you by Agni Devta. Right? So everything what is there in the science is explained very nicely in Srimad Bhagavatam also. So if you read it, then you will get a lot of new information from Srimad Bhagavatam. So here is the one question which was by Vidurji, that how this universe was created is explained very nicely by Maitreya Rishi. And Maitreya Rishi know this from Lord Krishna actually. Right? Maitreya Rishi didn't tell it from his mind. He learned it from Krishna while Lord Krishna was explaining to Uddhavji in Uddhava Gita. Right? कोई प्रश्न किसी का? Any questions you have? Our friends online, you have any questions? Bhavya, Dinesh Bhai Gothi from Toronto, Mihir Prabhu from Toronto, Shweta ji, William, Yagna Prabhu, Zeel Ben. If you have any questions, please type it in your chat box. आपका किसी का कोई प्रश्न? No? Was it useful to you, or it was very much boring? Huh? It's really good information because some of the things we don't know, and Lord Krishna explains us through Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's do this.